Welcome to Tiffany Turned On. I'm your host, Tiffany Anton. I'm a psychotherapist specializing in sex and relationships, hoping to help you discover current topics in a fun, sometimes serious, and educational manner. I hope to help you get turned on to life as well as inside of your bedroom. Did you miss part 1 of Dating Profiles Suck? If so, you missed 2 straight women discussing the heteronormative issues within online dating. And this distinctly doesn't represent all of the population. That's an important disclaimer. We discuss our journey of deciding to get on online dating sites, which one we tried out, what is it that we're actually looking for. This is just the beginning of the 15 simple but effective ways to make yours stand out by Marie Claire. And she and I are chatting. So actually, we only got through number 1 of the 15. But I have a bit of a bonus. At the end, I discuss 7 things men are looking for and want to see in women's profiles. Today's episode, we're going to go through number 2 through number 15. Stay tuned. Number 2 is avoid cliches. Even if you do like walking on the beach or drinking wine in front of a roaring fire, leave it out. Everyone says that. Think of something interesting that could be a conversation starter. One tip I'll never forget. If you add a question at the end of your profile, you'll be able to see if they have actually read everything and not just scrolled through your photos. So that's exactly what we're talking about. Is that,
that's what I did on mine.
Someone sliding into your DM, I want you to definitely to learn a little bit about me at least. So, checks on whether or not the other person's paying attention. Number 3, look at other profiles. Again, I was hoping Mike came so we could scroll the available ladies and see how they are presenting themselves. I had an acquaintance of mine, and his comment was the women available in his dating pool had pictures with large fish and a lot of Jesus things. I mean, he's not a practicing Christian, so he's kind of like, you're a fisher. Oh, yeah, because he's vegan too.
Yeah, so Red Flag Ryan showed me his lineup of his dates for that next week. I said, well, let me see them. So,
did you see any fish or any...
Oh, no, I've seen lots of boobs.
What would Jesus do?
No
tits.
Bikini shots.
Oh,
and
okay.
he told me, he said, well, you're the classiest one. I said, well, of course.
Stepping up to classy, bitch.
Yeah.
Now, let's wait, though. If you had a bikini shot and you were looking for a hookup, that's perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah, so that's what he was looking for.
But I think he was looking for more. I think he was wanting maybe a hookup, but I think he also was kind of figuring out who might be his future.
Yes. Really, in the grand scheme of things, was used to being in a serious relationship. I was not his gal.
Number 4 is choose action shots. I don't think any of mine are action shots.
No, but you have travel pics.
I do.
You a lot of...
I have the cliche walk. No, I don't want to walk on the beach. I'll get a sunburn. SPF 50+.
Yeah.
Okay, so my, quote, action shot would then be my travel photo.
I would say.
I put it up there. Mm-hmm. I decided, as a single woman, to take a vacation on my own. I went on a 10-day cruise to Europe, and that was so empowering, and I felt safe.
Yes.
And I realized that I didn't need a partner to explore some of the things that I wanted to do.
I think that's an action shot.
I highly recommend all you ladies out there to vacation on your own. Actually, the adults out there, you don't have to be ladies.
Right.
Try that experience out because I loved it. Number 5, stay positive. So evidently some people on here make some shitty statements, or maybe some of their past trauma comes up. So we have to remind people to stay positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, what we're going to do after we list all these 15 things is we're going to go through some of these Bumble profiles and see how did they do with the dating profile tips, what did they go against, and what gave them bonus points. Number 6, be honest. Now, Marianne, you and I, we will screenshot things.
We do.
And text them to one another.
Normally it's at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it can be at 11 o'clock at night, can be 9 a.m.
Yes.
And we never know what we're going to get. And the biggest thing that we send to one another is this dude is totally lying about his age.
Oh, 100%. 95% of the time.
And you did that last night, and it said that the guy was 57 years old.
Clearly not.
And I made a joke that he graduated with my mother. My secondary joke was he was born in 1957.
Yes.
So this dude either had the hardest life of life, and
there is no way.
Lots of premature aging.
It was terrible.
I would say he easily looked 67.
Minimum. He had to have been at least 70 years old.
You would say 70?
Oh, there's no way he was 57 years old.
When I saw photos of my mother's class reunion, she's only 71. I couldn't believe the aging of the other people she went to class with in comparison to her. So I don't feel like I have a good enough bar. When I think how you look when you're 70, not all people look like that. That 57 label, no, totally a lie.
I mean, I don't know. When you get on Bumble, when you first sign up, one of the things you get to type in your own age,
and they don't check your driver's license.
And they don't check your driver's license. The only thing that they verify is you have to do like this picture so they know that you're not catfishing for your picture.
I still think there was some catfish. I'm going to bring this up a little bit later.
You think so?
I still think so, but you're talking about they need to at least say my face right here that I'm doing this, not a screenshot of. It's almost like a live thing that you have to put your face up.
Yeah,
to
you have to like hold your hand up. You have to like do whatever the shot is and match it, and then the computer like
decides.
And so you get to put in your own age, and clearly these men are. I mean, especially the older men.
Yeah, well, they might be putting in 1972
but
when they were born in 1957.
I know, but I also think some of the younger men are putting in that they're older.
You think? Well, I think some of these dudes that are 35 look 21. Because they just feel like babies to me.
Gosh, I don't know.
It's like too close to our kids' age. It is our kids' age.
I don't know, but there's a real cute one that is like 38, and I just
really cute.
He's like checking out.
Well, you know, we discussed that we actually are cougars. I have to interrupt this podcast because I just said the word cougar. Now, most of us think about it as an older woman dating, having a fling, or being with someone that's younger. I wonder, though, what did Urban Dictionary say? And to me, that is worth the interruption. So I'm going to read a couple of them here. When an older woman desires a much younger man and pounces on its prey, that cougar just devoured that young man. An older woman who frequents clubs in order to score with a much younger man. The cougar can be anyone from an overly surgically altered wind tunnel victim to an absolute sad and bloated old hornmeister to a real hottie or MILF. Cougars are gaining in popularity, particularly the true hotties, as young men find not only a sexual high, but many times a chick with her shit together. That cougar I met last night showed me shit I didn't know existed. I'm gonna be back for more. The last example is a woman 40 years or older in her sexual prime, emotionally more mature, healthy and energetic. She dates, plays with, or marries a younger man that can keep up with her due to her strong presence, her knowledge, ego management, and self-cultivation. A cougar is more appealing and sexy to younger men that don't like games, don't want children, and they are deeper than the average male under 30. The most dominant interest in cougars is their deeper charm that is not based on shallow concepts of beauty and also their managed temperaments, as they are not driven by hormonal imbalances that cause jealousy and competition and other foul behavior common to women under 40, because she's been there, done that. Mind you, when we're over 40, then we shift from regular periods and hormonal changes to a complete whacked perimenopausal stage. So that is offensive that it discusses the managed temperaments as they are not driven by hormonal imbalances. Yep, we are still dealing with that one. Okay, let me continue with the definition. These are negative ideas being projected onto cougars by threatened hormonal women. There it is again. And shallow males that couldn't handle a real cougar anyway. These types can have each other. They're not part of the cougar power reality. The underdressed women over 40 that sleaze around a bar hunting young males cannot be called cougars. They skeezed around before they matured, and they'll just continue to do so. The cougar is a power animal in all the native medicine, and a cougar is a powerful woman that is not as satisfied with men stuck in an old mindset about about women, sex, and politics. Exactly like the older men that feel more alive with younger women. The cougar is more alive with younger men. In a real relationship sentence, example, I prefer my cougar woman because I'm tired of all the silly girl games. We have more fun, and the sex is more fulfilling. This sentence is about a casual romp. Without the fear of pregnancy, sex is 10 times better. And the contemplative observer says, she has sexy curves, deeper eyes, and she gives me space and freedom. I like my freedom, so I think I'll get me some cougar. Got our shit together. We're financially stable. We have our homes. We have good jobs. We don't need anyone to, quote unquote, take care of us.
No, I really don't need anybody to take care of me.
So if it is 38, then I say enjoy.
But I'm not interested in taking care of anyone else. I've already done that.
Yeah, well, I think who I might take care of is parents.
Yes.
Not a partner.
I don't want to take care of a partner.
I used to joke around about my ex-husband and my son. I used to say the boys.
Oh.
A pinch of it might feel like you're raising two boys.
Like, I already took care of a partner for a lot of years, and I am just...
You need to have your shit together, too.
Yes.
So it's a compliment, not a caretaker.
And it's not saying that, like, I'm not interested in caring for someone.
Well, that's different about caring about versus
caring
being a
about,
caretaker.
I just...
Take care of is very different than I care about. Or
yes,
I'm
ready to care about someone again, but I'm also ready for someone to care about me.
Now, we talk about the being honest, and just in our experience, what we notice most is you are certainly not that age. The second thing I know that other people have noticed is the photos are not current.
Not current. Or there's a wide variety. It's like a yearbook. You're scrolling through someone's life history.
And my yearbook picture would look distinctly different.
So would mine.
Yeah.
We would have to...
Both of us went to high school in the 80s, and so we followed some of the Motley Crue and Def Leppard hair bands, and that's exactly how our hair looked.
Oh, yes.
Keep your age as it is, even though I have a fantasy of turning it back to 49 to see.
Just to see where...
Yeah, you don't, because I'm put myself out there as real. And then the second thing is put current photos, like within the last 3 years.
Absolutely. Current photos.
I would like the last year, but I'm going to say the last 3 years.
Last 3 years, I would say.
And see what comes out for it.
I don't want to see a 50-year-old man's high school yearbook pictures.
Not unless he makes a joke about it.
I don't care what he looked like 30 years ago. I'm just not interested in that.
No, I'm interested in the 50-year-old in front of me.
Yeah.
Like I said, we would have a huge difference from how we looked then until how we look today.
Yeah.
Number 7 is about being specific. So using specific examples when you're talking to make sure you give a full flavor of who you are. And again, I only give a pinch. I don't give a flavor.
You can't.
I can't give a flavor because my flavor is going to come out and be like spicy hot.
Yeah,
and then I'm going to come in and it's going to be like ranch dressing, and not Tabasco.
You're going to scare some people off, or you're going to give them the wrong impression.
Yes.
Total wrong impression of what it is that you do and the things that you're interested in, because I think that happens a lot.
Well, in my TEDx talk, it's titled I Love Pleasure, and in the first 2 minutes I say, I love sex. Oh no, I'm certainly not going to say that on a dating site.
It really doesn't, man. I mean...
So I want people to share what they're genuinely interested in, what helps them feel alive, and I don't want to see a picture of them standing in front of the Maserati that they saw at a restaurant, and they told someone to take a picture of them as they're standing in front of it.
Yeah, that's not authentic either. I feel like that is way not authentic.
No, and it's supposed to be impressive. It actually has the opposite effect for me. So let's say that you have a Maserati. I still wouldn't want your picture in front of it because that just would feel too conceited or pretentious. What's the word?
Very pretentious.
Pretentious.
Because even if you have those things, you're going to attract the wrong type of people. I feel like someone's going to...
Well, unless you want to be a sugar daddy, then you would be on a different site.
Yeah.
There are dating sites for sugar daddy. So put your real stuff out there, and because we want to see it. We don't want to go on a date with you and then find out you're a completely different person than how you portrayed yourself. Number 8 is update your bio regularly. Now, when she and I were looking at Bumble, people still had their COVID profiles up.
Yes.
So we're looking at least 3 years ago.
And maybe they just have them on snooze. If they have them
we can't see them then. If they're on snooze.
Right. Yeah, so why are they still matching with people if they've not
Yeah, so update it.
Update it. Keep it.
I would suggest updating it every 6 months.
I think that'd be great.
Number 9, this is a really big one for me, and it is check your grammar.
Absolutely.
Period.
Yes, yes, yes.
As someone that identifies as sapiosexual, oh my God, I think, let's say you're not the best at spelling. No problem. Mm-hmm. You do a check over it. If you really suck at writing, you phone a friend. Did I put this in here grammatically? But it's like, put effort into it.
So Facebook, when I was doing my Facebook one last night, you go through and you put in all the things that you like, all of your interests, and then it says, write my profile for me. It has an AI feature.
So it's the Chat GPT.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what I think about that. What did it say about you?
So I can redo it, but it said something about putting together meditation, yoga, walking peacefully through life.
Oh, that's cheesy.
It was so cheesy.
That's cliche. That's
it was
on here.
Very
Avoid cliches.
Yes, it was totally, and I didn't keep it. I totally didn't keep it. But I just thought, oh my goodness, like how many people...
Because that's just one part of you versus the multifaceted person that you are. You just happen to love yoga, but we're not going to go to a weekend retreat.
No, that's not what I'm doing. It's not who I am 24 hours a day. It's what I need in my life.
More yoga.
More yoga.
You do need more yoga. Number 10, say cheese. We want to see your smile. And in particular, I want to see your smile because I have a teeth fetish.
She does.
I believe that it comes from having braces twice, and having also oral hygiene is very important. So if I see a lot of swollen gums and I see a lot of plaque, I think, how is your hygiene? And if I see some, just kind of abnormal, kind of little bit of wonky teeth, that's no problem. But if it is like I'm in the dating pool in London, where they tend to have all wonky teeth, I would be pretty disappointed.
When I was in London, I really expected to see more terrible teeth, but I was surprised. I didn't see as many bad teeth.
You're checking out teeth.
I did.
You're checking out teeth. We want to see your smile. A poll found that 90% of people prefer seeing a big, happy smile in a profile photo than a sexy pout. A little fish lip.
And then
I have a friend of mine that she makes this little smirk. Okay, and so that was, like, I'm personally, because you guys can't see it. Hold on, I'll put it up here. A little smirk. I can't do that smirk.
I think there's a emoji.
She looks cute in it, though. She does. She looks cute in that.
I think there's an emoji or something. I think there's an emoji.
It's like she had a lemon and on one side, and then the other's like a regular lip.
I think it's if you put your hand, I don't know.
So we want smiles.
Yes, and I want a variety. I don't want the same look in every picture.
Oh, yeah, that's what I saw earlier today. Now, again, we're going to go over some of these profiles. What I saw today was out of 5 photos, none of them had a smile.
None.
And 4 of them were, I would guess it is office desk.
Oh, gosh.
Straight face.
The same photo. And
the same photo, except for 3 of the same photos had the same shirt. And then the 4th one, he'd changed shirts. And in all 5, 0 smiles.
Do you think they were the same day?
I don't know. Maybe. But he did not take enough effort in putting it into his dating profile. So just from that, eliminates it for me because I'm looking at people putting in effort.
Mm-hmm.
Like, check your grammar.
Right.
Pay attention to the photos. Pay attention to how you're genuinely expressing yourself. As we mentioned before, number 11 on this list is choose the recent photos. Number 12 is show them the real you, not in front of a Maserati or not scuba diving if you've done it once and you will never do it again in your life. Unless underneath it says this was torture, never do it again. Then you have humor with it. Number 13, have fun.
Have fun with it.
Okay, well, this isn't always fun.
This is not.
It's funny, but it's not quite
Let
fun.
me tell you, we have had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of giggles.
Most people want to find someone who can make them laugh, so show people you have a sense of humor. If it can make someone laugh, it's a great icebreaker and could get your conversation to a great start. Now, some people say they're sarcastic, and so that's a type of humor, but some people are actually
assholes and they say the word that they're sarcastic. Yeah.
Just so they can be kind of mean to you. Like, they kind of get off on it.
I show you my passive-aggressive style.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Number 14.
Goodbye.
Be the focus. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Number 14 is be the focus. And this is what I see, and I've heard from men that they see, is big group photos. Well, we have to figure out who are you. It's like almost easier to do Where's Waldo than who are you in this golf group.
Don't make that your first photo with your name, like the very first one. I think group photos, if it's showing that you went to the Indianapolis 500 and you were having a great time.
I have seen 3 pictures of you, and then you're in a group. Then I can pick you out. Then I know who you are.
Yes, like, hey, this is my group of friends, and we have a great time, that kind of thing. As your very first photo with your name, your age, where you're from, I swipe on through those. I think it's kind of a waste of time.
I saw another one earlier that was a beautiful picture of a sunset. That does not belong on the dating profile. That belongs on Instagram.
Yeah.
Show us your sunset on Instagram.
That was the very first photo?
No, it wasn't the first photo, but it was probably 2 or 3. I still think, like, I want to see you sitting in that sunset.
Yeah.
Or you can do a selfie that includes the sunset.
Mm-hmm. I was enjoying this evening. This made me happy.
Yeah, look at how pretty this is.
Yes.
And I happen to be in it.
I happen to be in it.
Check me out.
Check me.
That's what we're there to do. We're there to check you out.
I totally agree with you on
that.
We're
there to actually objectify the person and looking at how do you look physically.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay, you're available. What's in my available pool? So even though that's not the healthiest, is it just, kind of swiping through, no, I find you very unattractive.
We do that too.
It is
unfortunately.
Number 15, it says think outside the box. And I think that is part of when you have an initial response of I don't find you attractive, it's saying check out that profile because this first impression might not be what it's like in real life.
Right.
On Bumble, we have parameters that we can choose. So one of them is age, one is height. You can go to the advanced filters if you paid some money and could click on their political party, religion.
You can also pick the distance of how far you want your parameters to go, how far away people can be.
Yes, now that's what I noticed when I looked at some of those that had liked me.
Yeah,
like, what the hell? You're in New York City. What the hell? You're in Florida.
I had somebody from California. I think that's so odd. Why?
Yeah, because that's part of my be specific. I'm not looking for a long-distance relationship.
Are they looking to move to the Midwest? They think they're going to find a wholesome person here? Like...
You go for a wholesome person versus if you're wanting a successful long-term relationship.
Maybe.
Do you do that long distance?
No,
I really like the whole together living apart. So it's TLA, together living apart.
Is that what the acronym is?
It is. That's what the acronym is. What we're going to do is we're going to pull up Bumble profiles and we're going to let you know what we're seeing that is out there. And again, how they're doing in comparison to this list. The music for Tiffany Turned On is provided by Kumasi Afrobeat. They are New Orleans' full Afrobeat band. They play to make you move. KUMASIAFROBEAT.com to listen more. If you enjoyed today's episode, go ahead, follow, share with your friends, and leave a review. Any of the recommended books or items that you hear about on my podcast, you can find them on my website. I have a special tag for sexual resources and wellness. This includes my TEDx talk titled I Love Pleasure. I consider it free therapy. It's all at neworleanssextherapy.com. I hope you're here to get turned on to life and in your bedroom.